Having trouble with your garage door? Problem solved. Call Direct Service Overhead Garage Door Company. We're your go-to team for garage door repair, new garage doors, openers, and more. We offer same-day service. We're always ready when you need us. Best of all, you can book your appointment online or talk to a live operator 24/7. No machines, no waiting. So whether it's a broken spring or a brand new garage door, trust the local experts at Direct Service Garage Doors. Call us today or visit directserviceoverhead.com.
And one of the things I told him this week, and the guys that have played for me, we're coaching individual players to be their best. My staff adds value to individual players or they're not on my staff. Well, they'll say, well, you don't care about winning. Well, you probably haven't watched me coach or been in a practice. You can say that. Not true. But I do know my responsibility is to help every player be their best. I will not live with regrets. They might, because they won't listen, and they'll fight me till the end. Okay? You're going to look back and say, I should have just listened. Yeah, 80 guys get drafted and made $6 billion, and 13 All-Stars and MVPs, but you do it your way.
I can't believe I hated that guy for so long.
Oh man, that little bit at the end is why I was like, I'm adding this to the show today. He just he flexed on everybody. Like in college basketball, he just flexed on everyone. And like you could still feel the effects from here, man. That was really, when you think about it, that's if you're a high school recruit or someone who's thinking about entering the transfer portal, that is something you want to consider right there. What Cal said at the end.
No doubt.
Man, oh my goodness. All right, everybody, welcome. It's Wednesday night lights. Well, no, not lights. We're not calling it lights. Tuss Talk Wednesday night show.
We came up with a name for this, and I can't remember.
We did for like 30 minutes. We had a name.
Wild Wednesdays.
Wild Wednesdays on Tuss Talk. Do us a solid. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Again, I complain about it often, but there's good reason for it. The YouTube algorithm is a son of a bitch right now. So if you guys want to help this channel out, share it. Sharing is caring. Hit the like button. If you have any questions or comments, please fire away. This is also the first time we've had you and I on together in a minute. It's been a couple of weeks, man.
It's been
doing all right
since last year.
Yeah, yeah. You doing good? How's the snow and ice down there?
Doing good. My backyard looks like Antarctica, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Also in that in that presser, Cal said that Pope's the right guy for the job at Kentucky. Which
he did. He did say that. That is factual. He did say that. He endorses Pope 110%.
I hope he gets a raise and an extension. Me personally.
So was that you that posted that fake?
Yeah. But I erased it and posted something else, but I didn't want 3 Kentucky posts in a row on Twitter, so I removed it.
Okay.
But I should have.
Yeah, you don't want to look like you're obsessed with Kentucky.
Right.
The way they are with us, with Arkansas fans. It's most definitely Kentucky Hate Week. We are obviously talking about Acuff in this, and we're also eventually later on in the show, we're going to talk about Arkansas and Kentucky on Saturday. Weather, I don't know what it's supposed to be like weather-wise, but I think it's going to be okay.
I think we're supposed to get another Arctic blast. I
swear
swear to God. Yeah.
It's like next week, right?
Yeah, the wife says tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow.
At least here,
Oh, yeah, that's true. You're not up in NWA
the
anymore.
Uncivilized part of the state.
Yeah. Up here it's gonna be gorgeous this week. Well, this week until Friday, and then it cools off quite a bit more. Saturday is it's gonna be cold. It's gonna be 22 degrees as a high on Saturday. So for anyone going to the game, and then 5 degrees.
Do $2 beers and we'll fill it up.
Yeah, I ought to copy what Oklahoma did, right?
I mean,
$2 beers.
You know your team sucks when you're giving away $2 beers.
Yeah, that's not a good sign. That's not good. That's what minor league teams
or
do.
Something?
Huh?
Wasn't it free admission or something too?
I probably. Yeah. I mean, they were desperate for people to get into that building. Just cold, not snow. Yep. No snow. That's correct. Cal knows how ignorant Kentucky fans are, says Joe Cool.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, listen to this. I know the winter storm isolation has brought on hallucinations. The winter storm isolation has brought on, well, that's weird to say, brought on hallucinations, because I know that's not Travis hosting with Ty. It is Travis Ford. He's here. What you got Wednesdays? That might actually be a pretty good name. Actually, what you got Wednesdays?
It is a good one.
It's not bad. All right. Again, please share the content. The algorithm is absolutely brutal right now. I don't know what the hell's going on with YouTube. It has been
still on there.
Say what?
Is the hype thing still on there where you can hype it?
Oh, I don't know. So. I haven't seen it. I don't know what's going on. It's
am I low or am I good?
You're good. Yeah, you sound good. You sound fine.
Sweet.
So Acuff is Himothy. I don't know how much of you guys are paying attention to what folks are saying about Acuff. I mean, I know here in house, there's no doubt that he is a fan favorite, and has been for a while now. But you've got sites like Field of 68 calling him Darius Acuff is the best point guard John Calipari's had. And this is again from Field of 68.
He's pretty good, man.
Freshman point guard Darius Acuff came to Arkansas's rescue on Tuesday, finishing with 21 points, including the go-ahead basket, which was sick, silky smooth, man. While dishing out 9 assists to help Razorbacks defeat Oklahoma 83-79. What Acuff has done this season has been nothing short of remarkable, and he's played so well. It's not crazy to pose the question: is he the best point guard John Calipari has had? The numbers so far give him a strong case. So here you go. Acuff at 20 points a game right now. Obviously, this could come down. It could go up. He's been pretty steady most of the year at 18 or higher more points per game. So he's averaging out now at 20. He hit above his average against Oklahoma. I think the thing that sticks out to me, Travis, and this is kind of wild, he's top 2 among all these great point guards: Darian Fox, John Wall, Tyler Ulis, familiar name there, Malik Monk, obviously familiar name there, Derrick Rose, and he's shooting better outside than about all of them. I think he's third, right behind Quickly and Rob Dillingham.
Yep,
at 44%. That's insane. And then the turnovers per game, he's the lowest outside of Quickly at 1.9, just ahead of Quickly, who's at 1.6. And then of course, the assists per game is among the top 3 as well. And he's shooting better than all of them, 50%. The closest at 48.5. So I don't know, man. It's kind of crazy to think all of his time at Kentucky and his 2 years at Arkansas in year 2, he could possibly have the greatest point guard he's ever had play for him in Darius Acuff.
I texted the group chat last night. I was like, dude, we are lucky to have that guy. Holy crap. I think he's going to keep it up too, man. I really do.
The schedule is favorable. I mean, I don't know what to expect from Kentucky on Saturday. I know a part of me, and we're going to get to it later, there's a part of me that believes one thing very strongly is going to happen on Saturday, but then there's also but it's Arkansas, and they've kind of played down to their opponent most of the year, even in Bud Walton Arena against really inferior talent, or inferior teams earlier in the year in non-con play. But I think you're probably right. His numbers could go up. I mean, obviously that's a strong possibility, but you're not playing any defensive juggernauts. You don't have obviously a Michigan State. You already played Tennessee and Ole Miss, who are generally two of the more physical and better defensive teams who have size, you are going to have to deal with Florida. Florida's going to be tough.
Yeah,
I'm not
I think
saying
Florida will be a headache.
I'm not saying they don't
57%.
play. Oh Lord, I'm not saying they don't play anybody good defensively, but like you don't have a bunch of these teams that are going to be able to play some ISO ball on defensively against Acuff. Like there's no one that's going to be. No one can play ISO ball on Acuff. No one can man up on him. So they're going to have. I don't know. I don't know how the hell you stop him. Like really, that's what I'm always looking for. Like, what are they going to do to really limit him? And so far, no one has really figured it out. And I don't know. I think there's a really strong argument that he's going to go down as the greatest freshman to ever play at Arkansas for Razorback basketball. He's probably going to go down as one of the greatest, if not the greatest point guard. And he could go down as the best point guard Cal's ever coached. And it sucks because you're only going to get him for 1 year.
I was going to say, he's going to stay another year, right?
Like, he's a lock. Like, I don't even think we're asking. Of course he's a lottery pick. Like, of course.
How much is first round NBA money right now?
It's quite a bit.
Can we match
I haven't actually looked it up, but it's definitely not just a little bit. And Acuff too does not strike me as someone who's going to have to go G League for like 2-3 years either. Like he strikes me as someone who could walk maybe a year. I don't know. It depends on who picks him up. But boy, he's got to be attractive to these teams in the NBA. He's got the long ball. He's a 3-level scorer. He could slice and dice.
Everything.
He's a backdoor cutter. He's a high assist machine. Like it feels like if he wants to take a few possessions where he's letting everybody else feed off him, he's going to do it, and he can do it at will. And then the other thing about Acuff, he makes everybody around him better. He is the complete package as a point guard. And it's crazy because you watch him play, you would think, oh, he's got to be like a fifth-year senior the way he sees the floor. It's insane.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I said in the postgame Saturday, take it all in because this is all you're going to get of Acuff. Like you're not going to see him in a Razorback jersey beyond this season, which is a real shame. But good for him. He's going to make even more money in the league.
Yeah, man, he'll shoot the three, wash your car, walk your dog, the whole night.
He can pass. You ever seen Friday Night Lights, the movie?
Yep.
Boobie Miles, his uncle's in the stands, and Boobie throws this long ball downfield, and his uncle turns around, big old thick glasses, and he can pass. I always think of that when watching highlight films or whatever. I always have that in the back of my mind. Yeah, he can do it all, man. It's kind of crazy. The Marbury comparison is so spot on. Like, and it feels like if he elevates his game even more, there might be NBA people comparing him to a young, not NBA proven AI, but a young Allen Iverson. I think that comparison's already being made. So
I've heard that a couple of times.
I have too, and it's just so fun to watch him do it in a Razorback jersey. Joe Cool says he got everything, and makes all the right plays. That low turn. I mean, listen, what he did at Oklahoma was insane, man. It was crazy. You're not supposed to have 9 assists, 21 points, 7 of 16, and 0 turnovers, especially from a freshman. Like, that's not supposed to happen. And he did it anyways. So he wears that number 5 well.
Does anybody follow Goodman? I don't follow him on Twitter. Jeff Goodwin?
Jeff.
Has he figured out a way to hate on him yet? That guy hates us.
Yeah, I get some of those pundits mixed up because I
unfollowed that dude. I can't deal with him.
And I just don't pay attention to him. We know who does love him. That's John Rothstein. Rothstein loves him.
That guy.
He loves him some Cal. He's accused of favoritism all the time, but he did the same thing at Kentucky when he was there too. So he's a little biased towards Cal. But the job he's done with Acuff has just been. It's been crazy, man. I don't know. I feel like there's a reason why Cal does like, he likes to dip into the high school ranks, and he's proving everybody wrong, man.
Cal is really right now, like Acuff makes to where Cal can look at him and look at you and just be like, "You really want me to go to the portal?"
Yeah.
Huh? How you feeling about that? Like,
yeah. Like I was saying, he is he's proven everybody wrong. And here's the other thing, talking about Cal, it's not just Acuff. It's like Acuff, Leak Thomas. I mean, you remember last year, Billy Richmond, when he was a freshman, he was outstanding coming off the bench. He's not doing it with a senior-led team at the most important position, by the way, on the floor, the point guard. He's not doing it with a senior. He's not doing it with a third-year guy. Now, he did last year. Wagner, obviously, he knew Wagner, and Wagner took over for Fland, and you can argue, well, Fland was just Fland, very kind of hot, cold player, and then he got hurt.
DJ's been weird this year, man.
He's kind of Wagner?
Yeah, DJ Wagner's been kind of weird this year.
He's accepted his role as just a side guy, just someone.
Which is crazy to be one of the older guys on the team and do that.
That's what happens when you have Acuff and Leak. I mean,
it's true.
He has, he's Wagner has. I mean, here's the other thing too. It doesn't look great when you play 14 minutes, no points, 0 for 2 outside, had 3 rebounds, but then he also had a turnover and he caught a foul. Not great, not a great performance by him. But I will say, like this Cal's system right now, whatever you want to call it for what it is completely geared towards Acuff. Obvious as hell, right? He's taking 16 shots. He's shooting a lot of shots per game. Of course you would do that when Acuff is your point guard scoring 20 plus points a game and all that. I wonder if he could do that. Like, I don't think you'd have the same level of success. But let's say now you open things up where maybe Leak becomes that guy where you kind of put more of an emphasis on Leak getting, scoring more. The way Leak took over in the second half kind of made me wonder if that's kind of what was happening. If they were kind of, changing things. I think of it like pottery a little. Same thing with offenses in the NFL. You can't change them on the fly like you can in basketball. You got 5 personnel versus 11. It's a faster paced game. Things change every other possession in basketball. Like, it's kind of like pottery, making, homemade pottery, like in that scene in Ghost where she's making she's forming the pottery or whatever, the whatever she's making there, and then Patrick Swayze's creepy ghost ass walks up and he's behind her. That scene scarred me as a guy. I should say scarred me. It was just weird. He's a ghost. What is he doing? Oh, dude. Ghost is actually creepy. The end when I don't want to spoil it, but the end, the darkness comes and takes these guys away. Oh, that freaked me out as a kid. But that's kind of the way I look at the way Cal forms these teams, like he knows Acuff's his guy. And I'm not saying, Musk probably did the same thing. This is probably pretty common. But you build that system around that player and you just let him go out and run and just play, I don't want to say street ball, but just let them operate the way that they operate. But it's still from Cal's hand. It's still Cal that formed this team and this rotation. And this system is built so firmly around Acuff, even though I don't even know if you call it a system necessarily. It was much more system oriented. That's the way, like Petrino, right? Like Petrino with football, right? His offense was his offense, and all these little pieces that you had to put together. And maybe there's a reason why Green always targeted just one receiver. Like, it kind of feels like maybe it was scripted that way for Arkansas from Petrino. Maybe that's why you're always going to him. That and Green can't read a defense to save his life. But I kind of feel like that's what's happening with Cal and Acuff. Say what?
To Taylor Jefferson.
Yeah. So I think I kind of feel like, could you do this with other players on this roster? And that's why we have this belief that only Acuff is able to do this. And I think that's true. I don't think there's another guy on this team that's going to score 20 points a game and get 6 or 7 assists a game. I don't think there's another player that can do that. But I wonder if you swapped Wagner into that role, could he catch up to what he was doing a year ago? And have that level. Do you think
this is what Boogie would have been if he would have actually been consistent? Because Boogie just could not make anything.
That's a really good question.
You know what I mean? Like, maybe it was the same plan.
It felt like it was trying to gear towards his strengths last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it felt like Cal was trying to mold that statue, whatever, that pottery, vase, whatever, into a flan vase.
Mm-hmm.
And it just never worked. It's like there was always a crack in the there was something messed up with it, and it never made sense. And then he puts Wagner in there, of course, because Flan got hurt. Wagner takes over.
And we start winning games.
And we start winning games. And it's almost like, oh yeah, and he's familiar with the system, and he's he understands the expectations, and he's been around Cal before, and the system just flowed nicely, and all of a sudden you're a Sweet 16, maybe should have been an Elite 8 team. So we're seeing the same thing with
that
Acuff.
game was tough.
Yeah.
Golly, man.
Yeah, I was on a boat. And
I was not. Unfortunately, I was hosting the post game that night, and it was bad time. Well,
yeah.
Like, can we just not have a show? That'd be great.
Yeah.
I was full surrender Cobra in my living room going, no.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Bobby Swain talking about Boogie Flan says Boogie's a ball hog. At least he was here when he got hurt. Then we played way better. Yeah, there was way more ball distribution last year. Wagner nowhere near. And it's funny, like if you go and watch Wagner from a year ago, great player in that system, or in the Cal, whatever the hell we want to call that, the blueprint. Great player, but he seems so much more limited. And then you see a guy like Acuff step into that role, and it's night and day. And again, to think that you got as far as you did last year, with I would say a slightly above average play from a point guard in Wagner. You had other pieces too that came along. Adu in Brazil started playing better ball. But like, you had that help at the end of the year. Travis, I kind of wonder, like, is Acuff all right? So let's say he is Cal's best point guard. Where is he in the history of all this? If Arkansas really is a one and done, like we have seen them look, they have played like a one and done team. And to be honest, they kind of looked that way against Oklahoma. Oklahoma's the worst team in the SEC, man. You're supposed to go into Oklahoma and beat that ass. You're supposed to go into Oklahoma and win that game. And they barely won. They trailed by 13 points. And once again, they had to come from
the
behind.
perimeter. We were terrible. You know what I mean? It was just one of those nights where the perimeter just was not working for us. Threes weren't happening. What we were 2 for 17?
Yeah. 2 for
it was terrible.
17.
So I mean, dude, Acuff willed that win.
He did.
You know what I mean? Like if you watch that, I remember one specific run where it was when I texted you. I was like, man, we're lucky we have that guy.
Yeah.
When he just went straight up in there and then like got fouled and won the whole deal, and he's like, you know what I mean? I was like, God, we're lucky we have that dude.
Yeah. And the crazy thing is I don't know, while we're sitting here glazing Acuff, and I think rightfully so, I don't know that there is another player that steps in and does anything close to that. Now, JD Note was the kind of guy that could put a team on his shoulders, and he was really good at drawing fouls late in games. And
but he was a sixth man too. Like he wasn't starting.
Well, Note played a very specific role, and it worked so well with what Muss was trying to do, and the fact that he was just I don't know if you want to call him like just a go-getter. I don't know. He
was a dog.
He was, man.
Note was the man.
He was so fun to watch too. Now I'm having way more fun watching Acuff. Did not know that it'd be that quick in the Cal era, that it would be like, oh damn, we found ourselves maybe the greatest Razorback to ever put on the jersey. I'm like, wasn't expecting that, but I guess I should have, considering it's Cal. But been a lot of good players come through here over the years, even though the 2000s were mostly disappointing until you got into the 2020s. But it's refreshing to see this. But I really want to get into these games where, again, they shouldn't have been in that situation against Oklahoma where they needed Acuff to do that. They just shouldn't have. That game should have been put away.
Like some of the surrounding pieces around him need to pick it up. Brazil, for example, didn't look awesome yesterday.
No, he didn't.
Carter Knox didn't look awesome yesterday.
Yeah.
But man, I'm telling you, by March, if they're all clicking, holy shit.
This is a good question by Kopesky. Are you guys a little nervous that Acuff is carrying the load so much? That's kind of what I'm getting to. That's kind of the point that I'm trying to make, poorly. But yeah, I am a little concerned that this is all on his shoulders, and it can't be. I mean, I guess he can. He's that good. If he's going to be Cal's best point guard, like he's going to be that. He should hopefully be able to do that. But I would prefer that not be the case. And it's like one side, like one game, you'll have the guard play excellent, and then the bigs inside your Brazil, Pringle, and Ewan just aren't good. They don't play full games. I heard, I watched Coach Z, and I love his little 4-minute breakdowns on Twitter. They're so good. But he talked about the bigs like they played really well, and I'm like, okay, all right, Z, I know you got to be a little bit biased because you're working for basically for the Razorbacks, but dude, Ewan's defense was terrible. I mean,
the coolest thing that happened with a big last night was Pringle's pass.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
that was like the coolest thing that. I didn't even look at the numbers. I didn't even see the rebound numbers yesterday, but it seemed like we were getting out rebounded for quite a while.
I think they led rebounding. Oklahoma did most of that game. They ended up +3. They were 34 to our 31, and they had 11 offensive boards to your 7. I think Oklahoma had like 16 second chance points, which are coming off those offensive boards.
Yeah, which was frustrating as hell.
Oh my God. Yeah, you cannot be giving up 16. You can't be doing that, man.
Well, not when we're that much bigger than they are too.
Yeah. Yeah. And way more talented than they are. Right. So this is part of the crazy thing with basketball. Like you can have a crazy talented roster and it look like you're a one-man show. Mm-hmm. And I don't think that is the case. I really don't. I think you take your eye off of off Thomas, you're going to hurt. I mean, he put 16 up and no one talked about it. Like Leak played really, he was 7 of 15. Now he didn't hit anything outside. He had to do everything with his bullshit floaters. I swear to God, that's got to be the most aggravating thing to watch, for an opponent to watch Leak nail some of these little floaters that look like they have no business going in.
Hey, there was a couple I was like, that ain't gonna happen. And
yeah.
Like, oh, all right.
So you can't take your eye off Leak Thomas, and Brazil at his best looks like a first-round draft pick.
I think the most shocking thing for me last night was that Billy Richmond only had 1 foul.
Right? Yeah, just 1 foul.
And it came late in the game. They're like, that's his first. I was like, that's Billy's first? He always gets like 4 fouls.
Yeah, he's always in some kind of like 2 or 3 fouls. And all of a sudden you're looking up going, damn, he fouls one more time. He might have to ride the bench for a little bit.
Billy don't give a damn. He's our honey badger.
I think Wagner's play was a little bit surprising for me. Ewan did have 12 points, but he only had 4 rebounds. Again, his defense just really, it just hurt me to watch that last night. It was painful. It was not fun to watch. Ewan is just the most up and down player. Like it seems like he can play really good on the offensive end of the floor, and he really struggles on the other end when he's doing well on one end. He can't put a whole game together where he's solid on both ends of the floor. I'm not saying he was terrible last night, but I don't know. I'm really hoping that these guys, the bigs, again, Pringle, Ewan, and Brazil, I really hope by, mid-February, we're talking about how great they look in several categories, defense, altering shots, I don't know, Brazil opening things up on offense again, and more movement around the post, more movement, more ball movement. Arkansas was scoring points when they were moving the ball under the rim. They were. So anyways, Acuff again puts Arkansas on his shoulders. Definitely, he's going to go down if he continues on this path. No matter what you do in postseason play, he could go down and probably will go down as the best point guard to ever play for Cal. I mean, you got to really think about that. Does
that have to have a natty attached to it, though, for him to be the greatest ever?
No, I don't think so. No.
We're just talking about statistically.
Well,
I mean, that's fair. Even so, statistically, to be the best one, but I don't know if De'Aaron Fox won a natty. I didn't follow Kentucky like that back then. I don't know. I didn't start following Kentucky until I started really not liking them.
Yeah. You're supposed to hate watch Kentucky, or that's what you're
Where's
supposed to do.
Peanut Butter Posse at? He knows.
He ain't come around these days anymore.
I bet he don't. I bet he doesn't. I wouldn't come around either if I was him.
Man, they need to do a welfare check on some of the Kentucky fans. I don't get them in here anymore. They don't come around. It's only when Kentucky's doing well and Arkansas looks like shit. And right now it's the other way around. Arkansas just looks like, they look like what, I was saying at the beginning of the year. They're one of the most well-built together. Like we're sitting here complaining about Pringle and Ewan in Brazil. And yet I don't like those three. I don't know that I would trade all three of them out for, maybe a couple of the Florida bigs. Okay. That's, fair enough.
Florida's always got a couple good bigs.
They always do. And so does Tennessee. They do have a Mint over there who beat out Arkansas, but to get him. But yeah, right now, like they're not as atrocious. It's just like we want them to turn it around. And it feels like Pringle, especially Pringle, is like the missing piece to what they need to do defensively to be better. And that's just kind of my gripe. Like, again, he had 8 points in the first 12 minutes of his time on the floor. He had 8 points, 4 for 4 from the floor. Of course, he had that alley-oop and a nice little pass underneath. I think it was from you. And he had an assist, he had a steal, and 2 rebounds, all within, I think, 10 to 12 minutes. I mean, he really looked the part. And it was like, oh, damn, are we finally going to get that version of Pringle? And he looked pretty good on defense. That's kind of what he's here for, right? Not so much on the offensive end.
Defense and rebounds, dude.
Yeah, attack the glass.
And screens,
Brazil, we could sit here and trash talk Brazil, but he still had 7 rebounds. He still had 2.
I didn't mean to trash talk him. I just mean he just didn't look as good as he look. Give me Brazil in the Vandy game all day long, right? Which I don't even know if that was one of his superstar games, but I just mean the whole team was going off in the Vandy game, right? That's a national championship or a national championship worthy team. That team, when they all are going like that, nobody's going to beat them.
Well,
it's just rare, right?
Really need to get close to how well they play at home on the road. I mean, and I know like nobody.
Yeah, you guys got to remember the tournament's not in Bud Walton.
Yeah. And it's not at the opponent's place either. It's going to be a neutral floor. I also kind of wonder if the SEC tournament tells us a little bit about what to expect, but really not so much because that's still kind of in the backyard where there's going to be some teams in the SEC that are going to have an advantage, playing close to home. I really hate the way that's set up. But Arkansas really, like they are – I was looking at this. Someone had suggested – maybe it was the Torvik. I get all these mixed up, but the Torvik had Arkansas to 99 or 100% chance of making the tournament.
Damn.
Now, I don't know. Now I want to pull that up and double check.
I guess we could take this off the screen now, huh?
Oh, I guess we can. I was just looking at this. They were giving Arkansas, maybe I get them mixed up, which one does what. But one of the major analytical sites had Arkansas like 100% chance of making the tournament. And I think right now, like that is, I mean, that's, of course, I think that is, I would say that I'm fine with that. That's good.
Yeah, I guess, I mean, we're 16-5 right now. It's January.
Yeah. Well, no, I can't find it. I knew I should have bookmarked it. Damn it. That's what I get for not bookmarking. I try to bookmark like everything. So, and then net rankings, Arkansas's up to 20th, KPI, they're 21st. They're 2-5 versus quad 1A, 5-5 versus quad 1. So again, we're talking about the net here. And then obviously they're undefeated, versus quad 2, 3, and 4. So that was, of course, that was as of this morning. They're at
Is any SEC team not quad 1?
That's a good question.
Texas, maybe
that Arkansas has left.
Well, I mean, we got to play Texas A&M. I think they're all quad 1 games. I just think like every SEC game is quad 1.
Pretty sure it is. So quad 1 is anyone who's ranked in the net. If it's at home, it's weird. It's like at home 1 through 30, neutrals 1 through 50, and then on the road it's 1 through 75.
Texas may be the only team that I can see because they're on like a 6-game losing streak. Texas is 12-8.
What the hell? So was Oklahoma, but Oklahoma apparently was a quad 1.
Auburn's 13-7. I mean, we got to get that game back. Holy crap!
Yeah, I agree.
Texas beating Auburn right now at half, 42-34. By the way,
Kirk Hanna says we're a lock. I think so too. I can't see a scenario here. If you just look at the schedule, I just can't see a scenario where they fall apart. Like I can't see it. Now we also have to consider,
don't do that.
I'm doing it, man. I'm doing it. I did it last year when they went on that win after they beat Kentucky and Texas. I did it last year. I said, you know what? No, I think they're good. I think they're going to figure it out. And they did. So I'm vindicated. But But yeah, I mean, Kentucky here. Let's just look at it this way: Kentucky at Mississippi State, at LSU, Auburn at home, and then you got to go to Alabama. I'll just chalk up at Bama as an L. I'll do that. I'm fine with that.
Beat that 37-year-old guy.
Oh my God,
the G League player. I hope they lose every damn game.
Nate Oates
It's so crazy.
Nate Oates is oh man, he's
beep 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 beep.
I tell you what, dude, there's
Nate Oates.
There's not another
He
coach.
don't give a shit about nothing. He's just like, I gotta win, man. That's it.
You know who he looks like, and kind of like if you wanted to do a parody movie of SEC coaches, who he looks like. I'm probably gonna catch some shit for this.
Who?
Hunter Biden.
It's kind of fair.
Hunter Biden, like he's kind of sleazy, like Hunter Biden, and he looks like Hunter Biden.
Probably smokes a little crack.
Listen, I'm not suggesting that he's on cocaine or freebase cocaine.
You're not saying he's not.
I will not do a little toot. I'm not saying he's that. I'm not saying that's what he is, but he just, I don't know. Like I hate
Nate
that word.
Just like that accountant. He's like the perfect accountant. You want to know why?
Why?
It's like he won't get you in jail, but like he'll take you outside of that shit. Where you're just hanging out looking at the jail.
Yeah.
He lives in that area right there.
Oh, so like he's gonna get you close to trouble.
Yeah, he's gonna do it as dirty as he can, up to just right there.
He's
had murderers on his team. He's hiring 37-year-old G League players allegedly
accused of assisting. Okay, we got to be for the record here. I don't want a player that was.
No, I just make killer players, bro. They're just killers.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
all
totally.
the time.
It's just scummy, dude. It's win at all costs, no morals, and I get it, man. Everyone's got a little. Everyone's got their hands a little dirty, but his level is like, geez, man. Like there's just it is truly win at all costs. Just like Bob.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying was a person, it's that dude.
Just like, listen, Bob Stoops was the same way at Oklahoma. All right. Bob Stoops literally had a running back who was going to redshirt anyways.
Oh, dude. Kirk Hanna nailed it. Oates is the Lane Kiffin of basketball.
I think he's worse than that. I really do. I think he's worse than Kiffin. But Stoops had a player on his roster on camera punch a lady in the face, broke her orbital and her cheek, and they just redshirted him. They just redshirted the player. That's it. And then they also brought Dorial Green Beckham from Mizzou, who had just been kicked off Mizzou's team for pushing some chick down a flight of stairs or something. Yeah, Bob Stoops said, yeah, come on down. Of course, he didn't play for him. He was on the roster, but he had to sit out that year because of the rules, because of the ruse back then. But like, so to me, he might be Bob Stoops. We forget about Bob Stoops because he's early, like when Twitter started to really,
you know what I mean?
He really got, when all the shit was going down, when it was bad, all the stuff they were doing at Oklahoma, Twitter just wasn't what it was or what it's been the last, 8 or 9 years. So it didn't get as much, discuss. It wasn't in the topics that often. Like you'd catch people on the radio make fun of it, but that was it. Stoops was a sleazeball, and that's who Nate Oates reminds me of the most. I think him and Bob Stoops are like the same person. And Oates might be worse. I don't know. God only knows what else.
Weird. Yo, Kopesky has a good point. He said, so highlight that bottom comment.
This one?
Yeah,
I remember
sorry, next one up. My bad.
Oh.
That one.
Yeah, Bediako.
So Bediako becomes ineligible by the new judge because they got rid of the old judge because he was a Bama alum. How about that?
Yeah, and his wife was a former, or they donated or something. I don't know. I don't want to.
Yeah. Do they vacate yesterday's win? I don't know. Hopefully.
I'll tell you what needs to happen is the SEC needs to step in and not allow them in the SEC tournament. Now, that might actually not bother them, really. And then the NCAA needs to exclude them from the NCAA tournament if he's still on the roster. Bediako should not be playing. I'm sorry. Like, and then apparently, and I want to get the audio, but I guess Jimmy Dykes was praising Nate Oates for getting to get Bediako on the team. He was praising Alabama for doing that.
You know,
So
I will say, what's the difference in Bediako and these Russian and German people they're bringing in, though? You know what I mean? They're bringing in players from the league. Let's play devil's advocate here. The people who've been pro in Europe, and they're bringing them in, like the wasn't Big Z that as well? He was pro in Europe.
Well, no, I know what
like
you're
that?
talking about. I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the guys that kind of played like
We got one on our team right now, but he doesn't play.
he's not playing.
Javik or something like that. Jovic
Right.
or whatever.
Well,
So what's the difference in bringing in Bediako versus guys like that?
you're doing the devil's advocate thing, and I hate it.
I'm just thinking about it.
I hate it so much.
I'm 4 beers deep and kind of thinking about it.
Here's the thing, though. Like, okay, I'm fine with that too, making that illegal if we want to go that far. But like, there's also a huge talent difference between
G League
even
and that. Yeah.
even the G League. Like, there is a huge difference there. Now,
'Cause
I
Big
don't
Z
know.
kind of sucked.
I don't know all the rules like between here and how they do it in Europe. I don't know like how that works over there, and I don't know the true differences. I know they do bring talent over. I'm not saying that they can't from Europe. Obviously, there's some really good Euro players in the States playing in the league. I get that. Like, there's plenty of them, but I still think like the overall talent pool. There's no comparison. I think these guys in the NBA, even the G League players, like I think a lot of them could probably walk over into Europe and dominate.
Don't get me wrong. I think bringing in G League players is ridiculous. I was just thinking about it though.
All right, so here's what Texan said. Now, maybe I read this wrong. I don't know. Jimmy Dykes he was tweeting against Bediako. Then when the mic gets in front of his face, he vomits praise. I didn't know that he said anything against Bediako on Twitter. I didn't see that. Then again, he may block me. I don't know. I haven't followed Jimmy on Twitter in forever. Well, it's too bad these known Arkansas people just get on everybody's nerves.
For real. Yeah.
You know, Tim's favorite guy, Bobby Bones. You know, you got Jimmy Dykes. Nobody likes Jimmy Dykes. And I think
Klein's pretty cool.
Joe Klein is cool.
Yeah.
Joe Klein is cool. He's the king of cool.
And he owns the barbecue joint. Can't go wrong.
That's true.
And it's good.
So so he did praise. Oh God. I don't know. Maybe we're missing something. I don't know.
I didn't see the tweets because I don't follow that dude.
I don't follow him either.
Gets on my damn nerves.
It's kind of like Cal. It's kind of like Cal brought back Oscar. Yeah. I wanted to answer something though. You were talking about Doral Green Beckham, Kopeski. I remember this. Yeah, Arkansas almost got Doral Green Beckham. That's when I really started hating Missouri. Yeah, I remember that. He was the like number one player in that class.
Yeah, I remember that.
In that recruiting class, and he chose to stay home. But that night before, it was rumored that he had committed to Arkansas. He had committed to Bobby Petrino and the Razorbacks, and then the next day he came out and so the belief is that Mizzou dropped the bag. I don't know. I remember being so pissed.
Bags at the back door.
I'm telling you, I don't know what they do in Missouri. That's a Tennessee thing with the McDonald's bags. Yeah, Jimmy Dykes did so. Texan tweeted this or sent this to me when the NIL. Hold on. Let me just share the damn screen. Here we go. This is what Jimmy Dykes said. College basketball is broken and needs a complete overhaul, but man, is it entertaining. The NCAA has filed a motion for Alabama judge James Roberts to rescue himself from the Charles Bediako lawsuit.
Himself.
I'm sorry. Recuse. My bad. You're right. Should have read that.
It's close.
Should have read that in my head first and then read it out loud. Yeah. Well, good. Maybe he'll shut the hell up. Yeah, I think the issue is it's not so much, it's not even the age with Bediako. It's like, yeah, okay, cool. He already signed a damn contract to play in the NBA. He was in the G League. Like that is literally against the rules. And to sit here and act like, oh boy, it sure is entertaining. Like, no, man, how is this legal? That's the problem. How the hell is any of this legal? I don't understand it. What's up, Megan? How you doing?
You know what would piss me off though? If I was a former player who entered the draft and couldn't come back, is it something like this? You know, you're like, you forego your eligibility and stuff like that going in,
Yeah.
and then you're screwed.
Mm-hmm.
Once you sign with an agent, you're screwed. But all of a sudden, you can bring back a guy who's already in the damn league.
Yeah. It is just, it's ridiculous where we're at. But it's just kind of a part of it.
Football's worse. I think. Did you hear about the Dabo rant? Dude, Dabo did an 8 or 11-minute rant at a press conference, gave play-by-play on tampering.
Oh, with Ole Miss.
Oh, it was wonderful.
Yeah,
dude. I'm just going, get him the whole time, dude. I've never been such a Dabo fan as I was when I saw that. I was like, absolutely destroy them, dude.
Yeah, that's a pretty good segue, though. There's
crazy, man.
Talking about college football. Arkansas, this is the next topic here. Boom. Hogs most players to Senior Bowl. Yay. Awesome. Cool. How many wins did we get in 2025? The U of A
beers than I've drank tonight.
Yeah, U of A proudly. You know,
Green's
they gotta do, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Green's. I called it, man. I said he's gonna get a Senior Bowl invite and he's gonna get an NFL combine invite.
Oh man.
He's gonna get drafted.
Sorry going in. You think Green will get drafted? I think he's gonna get a free agency deal.
I think he's gonna get drafted. Absolutely. Might be a position change. It might be a position change.
Oh, he needs to be a tight end?
Well, wide receiver or something. I mean, he's 6'6", 225, and watching him run would not shock me if he's in the 4.4. Like,
yeah,
he's too much of an athlete. Don't know what his vertical leap is. I don't
wide receiver.
I don't know if he can run a route to save his life or not. I don't know. I mean, he's going to be a project player.
He's athletic.
Most likely drafted in the 6th or 7th round. I mean, I think that's what's going to happen. Maybe someone rolls the dice on him as a quarterback. You know, there are some intangibles there with him. Unfortunately, when you get him, you know, in a situation where the game's tight or they're losing and you need him to make some plays, he's not going to do it. He didn't do it at Boise State and he didn't do it at Arkansas. So, like a friend of mine said, he is who he was at Boise State. That's exactly who Taylor Green is. I think what is crazy on this, of these 6 players right now, and even though I just said Green, I think he goes pro, no one has any of these guys getting drafted outside of Julian Neal.
What about Carmona, man? I could see Carmona and Washington and Neal.
Now, there might be other – I'm referencing CBS Sports, who I usually go to. That's usually my go-to for draft stuff, and there's all sorts
I could see Neal for sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no,
Neal. Washington, and I could see Carmona, man.
I would put money down that Neal's going to be if there's 2 or 3 Razorbacks drafted, Neal will be the first.
Yeah.
I mean, his grades are off the chart. Great open field tackler. Did not miss very many tackles. He covered pretty well. His grades.
Some of that dirty player stuff may hurt Carmona in the draft because they're always looking for problems.
I don't think so. He didn't have that issue. No, he didn't have that issue this year.
I wish I knew his PFF grade for last year.
I could pull it up in 10 seconds.
Do it. But yeah, Washington, man. I think Washington is one player that did get elevated coming here. I think even though he had a crap season, a 2-10 season, that dude was like the second best rusher in the SEC. That's something.
Washington should be. I think Washington gets a shot.
I think he gets a better shot coming from here than he would have in New Mexico State.
Yeah, Carmona's grades are pretty average. 71 offensive grade, 71.3 run block grade, 72.3 pass block grade. He gave up a sack, 3 hits, 12 hurries. Playing all 790 snaps at left guard. Of course, we know the year before that he played at left tackle. That might be somewhat appealing for a team. He could get drafted. I think he's not a utility guard. I think he is simply a guard. That's what he is. He's not a you're not going to move him to center or, on the right side of the line of scrimmage. Most likely, I don't think. He's definitely just a left guard, and he's pretty. I mean, he could be a next level guy. I don't know. I mean, I don't think he's a Frank Ragnow, but he's
right.
He's a capable player. There's no doubt. I like Carmona.
I could see him going in like the 5th or 6th.
He could be a late
rounds or even an unsigned free agent deal.
I think that's probably most likely going to happen. He's going to be but on offense, the highest rated player was Rohan Jones, and it's like not even close.
Wow, he's not even in the damn Senior Bowl, huh?
Yeah, he didn't get a Senior Bowl invite, and which is wild because I mean he did pretty well in the passing game, and yeah, he graded out 92.7.
The Panini Senior Bowl. Is there a Reese's one too? Is there a different Senior Bowl that others are going to?
I think this was the Senior Bowl, right? Wasn't this the Senior Bowl or the Reese's Bowl, and then they moved it? They changed it?
Oh, they changed it? Oh, okay.
Well, maybe that's what happened. I'm pretty sure. Megan says Rohan should make a roster. I agree, and I think he will. I don't know if he'll get drafted or not. I think he should get a combine invite. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a freak tight end in terms of speed. His numbers should have been elevated at Arkansas last year. Not that they were terrible. I mean, he just should have had more targets.
Yeah. Think about old Bobby P going to North Carolina. Him and old Belichick.
Yeah, that's kind of wild.
That's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, it's weird seeing that powder blue. That is weird.
It's gonna be the geriatric strip club.
Yeah,
they're gonna have it clubbed up for real.
Of these six, I'm gonna throw a XP question to chat for Discord.
Oh,
this is gonna be worth. I'm gonna put this up for 10K. I'm gonna put this up for 10K.
I need it.
Well, yeah. Well, you need to be there first off. You need to be active.
That's what I'm saying. I need to get my rank up.
So of these six, which of these six has the longest that you feel like is going to have the longest? What's the word I'm looking for? Career in the NFL. Longevity. Which of these six? Neil is graded the highest, but we got to remember he's playing a position that is a dime a dozen. All kinds of guys get projected high. You just never know.
So you're asking who's going to be in the league the longest?
Who's going to be in the league the longest of these six? If any, maybe you don't think any of them get drafted. Maybe you don't think any of them. Maybe they get free agency deals and they die out in the first year or two. Maybe that you can answer it any which way you want. But again, that's for the post live question. Which of these six? Carmona, Sorey, Taylon Green, Julian Neal, Washington, and Cam Ball. Which of these six do you think ends up with a decent long career? And remember, Brandon Allen was drafted, and he's been a career backup. And the guy still, this is from the Bielema era, and he's still in the NFL. So it doesn't have to be the guy with the most impact, just someone who lasts the longest in the NFL. Definitely not Washington, but only because he's a running back. Yeah, that's the truth. Running backs are value is plummeted over the last decade, and they just don't last. Again, this is for post live comments. You can feel free to answer the question now, but remember, if you want the 10K XP, for those of you that are in Discord, still, Megan.
Coach got hired. I was done there.
Megan recently left Discord, and we're all sad.
Really?
Yeah, she left, dude.
What? Why?
I don't know. She's the most active person in Discord. And then I get up one day and I look at Discord and it was complete. It was just, I guess, chaos. And she left Discord. I was like, what the hell? Why did Megan leave?
See, I got to come back. I got to get everybody online.
Unless TG pops, which is doubtful. Yeah.
I don't know, man. You know what sucks? I think Sorey killed his draft stock last year, man.
Well, he did, didn't he?
And I know that there's rumors he was playing hurt and stuff like that. And
yeah.
Boy, I hope that's the case because the year before he was decent.
Yeah.
But man, last year he was not awesome.
Yeah. He had.
And again, maybe he was hurt. That's what I'm hoping. Megan, why'd you leave Discord?
Yeah, Megan's awesome. Megan's great. I'm surprised she left. I get it too. Sometimes you just don't want to be in a Discord. I get it. Sports is not 24/7, 300. Well, it is for me. It's 24/7, 365 days a year.
Political differences. Okay, fair enough.
Oh, political difference in a sports Discord? Huh.
That
Memphis
Discord
tape hurts. I think the whole year tape hurt him, Kirk.
Yeah.
Kirk, he says that Memphis tape, bro. I think the whole year tape hurt Sorey. He did not have a good year at all. It was rough.
No, it was a bad year.
I am. She's got a good point though. I am surprised Rohan Jones didn't get an invite to the Senior Bowl.
I am offended.
I am also offended.
I am offended for him.
By the way, Patreon supporters, we have a new Tuss Talk audio up. We've got some more content up on Patreon. So if you want to go check that out after the live, where I answer a question from the previous audio that I dropped. So we had a question about the offensive line, and that got answered. So if you guys want to go listen to that, it is up. Sutton Smith put Sori out of the draft.
Now that he's on the team.
Yeah.
I am very curious to see how this goes with Silverfield's team, man.
Yeah.
I'm not super mad at the portal, like how it ended up.
Yeah.
You know, I know that's not a topic tonight, but
no. But it's a good I don't mind talking a little portal.
I haven't talked to you all year. You know what I mean? Like,
well, I know this is why it's always like now we got to play catch up because Travis doesn't communicate.
Sorry, man. Hey, you know what? Side note: I just called for a beer for my wife, like stone cold. I was like,
"Hear me a beer.
Hit me.
I'll tell you what.
What?
Austin 3. Yeah. What?
What?
We have to put more wrestling like themes on this show. I swear.
Good. Yes.
I'll tell you this much, just really quick on the portal. How up to date are you on the portal? Like, do you know enough about it? Like, you feel pretty comfortable? Like,
yeah, I'm good.
Okay. One of the questions that I had, and as the more I look into it, it is the offensive line. It is the offensive line. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's great. I don't think they're too deep there across the board. Kind of like what we initially thought when we're getting all these guys one by one announcing their commitment and signing with Arkansas. And the more you saw these offensive linemen, it was like, oh, hell, we're too deep now. And the more I look at it.
The Tennessee kid really kind of hurt him. Well, he was formerly in Tennessee. Oh, God, I don't know his damn name. But it was a kid that formerly went to Tennessee and then maybe went to Virginia or West Virginia. He retired from football.
Oh,
that hurt him.
God dang it. Yeah.
Dude, same. Yeah, I don't know his name.
No, I got to pull him up. Hold on. I know who you're talking about. Yeah, that was, you're talking about Aiden Bussell.
Yes.
Went to West Virginia. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I nailed it. Look at that. Off the top of my head.
You did. You killed it. He was a 3-star in the 23 class, committed and signed with Tennessee. Then he went to West Virginia and then he went to Arkansas. Yeah.
Dude. Yeah. That hurt them bad. Because I think they were banking on him, and then he decided to retire from football, and it's like,
And I did not make that a point in the audio that I uploaded, the audio log, and I should have. But yeah, that's a good point. Aiden Bussell not making it on, or retiring, I guess, from football. Yeah, that's a pretty big blow, and I do think that was someone who. They
then what the hell do you do? Do you elevate one of the newer guys? I mean, I know we got Kobe Brandon back, we got Kittler back, we got I don't know who else. Those are the two I know we got.
Well, you've got a bunch of young guys that came back. Cash Courtney.
Yeah. Sucked losing Blake Cherry.
Yeah.
But I know why he left, because of Mateos. I still think they should have kept Mateos. But, I mean, he followed Mateos to Wisconsin. So
yeah. Yeah, and you got
Kavion Broussard.
Kavion Broussard is back.
I think he's going to be a starter this year.
He's most likely. Yeah, I'd say he's going to be a starter at the right tackle spot. But I don't know that they're too deep. And you look at center. Like, center to me is very concerning. Kittler was pretty average last year. He wasn't great. He wasn't terrible. Behind him, you have fifth-year senior Brooks Edmondson, who's not proven. I don't know.
They can jump Branham over there, too, if they need to.
Well, but I would want to keep Branham at guard, though, right? I mean, that's your starting right guard. Do you move Adam Hawks to center? You know, one of the guys they got out of the portal, or do you move one of the younger cats over to center, which will probably happen?
Did we miss one that they said Kopesky said LJ Prudhomme?
Yeah, LJ Prudhomme, yeah.
Did we bring him in?
Well, he's a hold on.
Sorry. Hey, can you pull up the recruiting class or the transfer portal class on the on 3?
I can. Hang on. I'm wanting to pull up.
Let's go get into this. I just got 2 fresh beers. Let's go. Oh.
Well, they have a number of guys too. I forgot about Tim Dawn. I don't know if they actually expect Tim Dawn to contribute or not this year.
And there's another guy, and I can't remember his damn name. Maybe
Tim Dawn will be a 5th-year senior too.
I'm maybe thinking of Hawks.
Yeah, Hawks. Yeah, that's a transfer.
No, you do have a fair point though. I don't know if they're too deep at the line either, man. They may have somebody playing there.
They don't have anyone behind center. They don't have
that hurt Cam Ball last year too. Not being too deep. That screwed him a little bit because he's just playing, 60 plays a game, dude.
Yeah.
That hurt him a lot.
Yeah, and hopefully that's not going to affect these guys this year because of how many. I mean, the defensive line, they're pretty deep there actually.
Well, they went kind of defensive heavy.
Well, they had to, right? Because everybody left. I mean, look at it this way: defensive tackle. For switching to defensive tackle really quick, David Oki's back. They brought in Carlin Jones from USC, Hunter Osborne, the JUCO kid, Antonio Sandal Bascom, I think is how you pronounce it, 6'3", like 310. Caleb Bell, who could play interior, can also play off ball, might need to shed weight if he goes off ball. Reginald Vaughn, who's a redshirt freshman this year, 6'2", 303. Trajan Odom. Trajan. I forget where he's from.
Ohio State.
Is that the Ohio State kid? It is, isn't it? That's right. Yeah. And then you're bringing in the big dogs, Danny Beal and Anthony Kennedy, the 4-stars. 2 big pieces there. Like, so how many is that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4.
16 D linemen.
7, 8. That's 9 interior defensive tackles. And so there's this rumor floating around. I don't know where it's coming from that they're going to run a 3-front defense. And I'm like, what?
Nah, they'll run multiple, man.
They're going to be multiple at minimum. And they might be majority 4-front depending on who they play, because then you look at their off ball.
They're running 5-2. Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to run the 5-2, and it's going to be all defensive linemen. You got Quincy Rhodes.
We got enough for it.
Quincy Rhodes, Keandre Johnson, Jamonte Waller, the big-time 4-star out of Auburn. And he was a 4-star recruit, top 10 pass rusher.
Waller was a huge pickup.
He was. Trent Sellers, Charlie Collins is back. Steven Souls, who's going to be an off-ball. And then Colton Yarbrough, who's a guy everyone's expecting to come in and at least maybe compete to get into the 3 deep. Dude, they are like 15 players on that defensive line, maybe more. I mean, it's insane. Dude. Yeah, they're not going to be a 3-front only defense. There's no way. There's no way.
Charles, the Ralph guy, the normal Ralph guy?
Say what?
Ralph Charles, 8627.
Oh, it's Ralph.
The guy?
Hey! Ralph! Hey! How you doing? It's our favorite hater.
Yeah,
hey man,
he's big up in Hunter Yurachek for all the guys Silverfield recruited.
Are we doing a good? Are we glazing Arkansas enough for you, Ralph? Are we giving
we spent 30 minutes glazing Acuff. So.
We did. We just went all in on Acuff. Listen, if you're going to fault us for bringing the program down when we're talking negative, well, then you got to give us credit for talking the program up. All right.
Yes,
listen,
yes.
Arkansas basketball is on a roll, and it might have something to do with us. I don't know, man. That's how big of an impact apparently we make, Ralph.
Well, we are a big deal.
No. I appreciate Ralph. At least he comes through and he watches.
No,
man.
for real, yeah.
If,
cool,
if he's gonna come through and get a little, heated with us, that's
this
fine.
has been a pretty positive episode. You know,
the last couple of shows I've done have been pretty positive. I'm just saying. Yeah, they're not running a 3-front only defense. There's just no way. There's two.
They'll run multiple. Every
personnel.
time I say multiple, I think of Chad Morris. We're gonna be multiple.
Yeah,
I'll stab you, dude. Can't believe he went back to Clemson. Dabo just doesn't care about nothing.
Yeah. Arkansas hoops is winning in spite of your check. Oh boy,
he's done pretty good with basketball.
Well, yeah, but how much credit do you give him for Cal? I mean, let's be real.
80-20. 80 is John Tyson, 20 is Yurachek.
Just for existing?
Yeah, he's just there.
Just for existing.
Okay, but if it did go down the way he asked it,
yeah,
I'm gonna go 60-40.
Okay.
Because if he's the one that goes, well, if it's so good,
that's true.
Why not you? Right? That takes some balls, man.
Yeah. It does. You're not wrong. You're not wrong at all.
I'm not as mad at him anymore, to be honest, because the money came through. Yeah. It seems like a portal. Like it seems like they're supporting the coach pretty good. They're changing light bulbs and painting walls and shit. It's going great.
They're doing everything.
We got a new strength coach.
That's right. What?
Hey, we gonna run the creeper defense now.
Right?
See what happens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're
I can't wait to
Iron
watch
Curtain.
next year football. I really can't.
Well, I'm ready for spring ball, dude. I always am, anyways.
Spring ball doesn't ever do too much for me because I'm like, maybe.
It does for me. I mean, because here's the thing: I came out of spring ball questioning the secondary, and like I was catching so much hell for that in the comments, like, and even a couple people in Discord were kind of doubting me on what I was saying with the secondary. I was like, dude, there's something not right here.
You were kind of right.
And
I just remember them going, their offense is so good. I'm like, that's not good.
Well, but the offense was good. Like it was. This was one of the top 10 offenses in the country. It's one of the top 15 scoring offenses in the country. So the spring ball can give you a little bit. I just tell people not to overreact to it. Don't overreact to the red-white scrimmage, assuming you get one. Just don't overreact to it. But it can tell you things if you're looking hard enough in the right areas. You just got to be mindful of what you're looking at and also consider, just because the defense looked, good on that particular series with the ones doesn't mean that's going to all translate in the fall. That's just how it goes. You just have to look at little things here and there, right? Secondary stood out to me last year as being a major red flag, and it was a major red flag.
I thought we were going to be more stacked in the secondary and the D-line was going to be the problem. That was what I thought.
I thought they had a little bit of depth, but I underestimated. Well, first off, they lost David Oki, and they were already thin because of that. And then the problems just kept piling up. Chad Morris has Clemson fans believing. Well, they're believing in something over there, aren't they?
Man, I'm going to tell you what about Chad Morris. That guy can recruit, and he can talk. That dude can talk at the beginning stages. I used to, when we were 2-10 for those 2 seasons back then, not this year. I just always go, I can't wait to watch what he says in this press conference every year.
Yeah, I have a bunch of Sam Pittman talking points bookmarked on X, and the one that I caught today, I was scrolling down. I think it was the Little Rock Touchdown Club where he says, "Well, they don't have us ranked. We'll just prove them wrong or whatever." I started cracking up. Like, no, they were right. They were right, Sam, and your team was dog shit.
Sam. I feel bad for Sam.
Listen, it's hard to feel hard.
I'm glad he's gone.
For a guy.
I'm glad he's gone, but I feel bad for him. I feel like he got the shaft.
Yeah.
He couldn't have done anything with it even if they would have given him the money.
Capacity says, I don't think so either. I hope the NCAA drops the hammer on Ole Piss for the tampering. Kudos to Dabo for going there.
I completely agree. You know what's funny? They're not going to do shit.
Yeah.
They're not going to do shit. I don't think they're going to do nothing.
Nothing's going to happen.
They don't make any money off football, bro. They make money off basketball. They don't care about football. That's what sucks.
Wait, who?
NCAA.
Well, they make money. No, hold on. What?
Do they?
Football's the most that's where you gain all your money. Football's where all the money goes.
The NCAA tournament, dog.
Well, okay, but that's the NCAA tournament. Compare that to the regular season of college football.
I just
like overall revenue. I realize that March Madness is huge. I get that, but that's only for how many weeks? And then you do that, then you because it is a large sum of money. You're not wrong.
I don't know. Just how involved have they really been with football stuff? Except telling people they can't play a 10th year or whatever.
Yeah.
What Chambliss, the 7th year,
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. It seems like they're scared to screw with the football for a lot of stuff. Or even in the modern day era of college sports in general, they're just gonna get sued.
Well, they are, and they're gonna lose.
So they're just like, what are we gonna do? What the hell do we do?
Yeah.
There is the sanctioning body right now sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not good. There's nobody. You don't feel like anybody's in charge, and that's what sucks.
Yeah,
there's no grown-ups in the room. It's kind of like what's happening. I don't want to get political, but it's kind of, it's the political situation we're in too. There's no grown-ups in the room anymore. Yeah. So really quick, college CBS top 150 draft prospects. You guys want to guess how many Arkansas has? Anybody want to guess how many? I don't know. I think Travis might be right. Yeah, it's one, and it's
really?
It's Julian Neal. That's it.
Oh my God.
Julian Neal is the only one. Now, this will get updated, obviously, as combine invites go out. They'll change some stuff. They'll move some stuff around. But right now, as it stands, as of January 28th, 2026, they have one draft. They have one guy in the top 150. That's depressing. But it is what you expect, right? After going 2-10. How much talent do you really have? And I don't know that NFL combine invites or Senior Bowl invites or how many draft prospects is the only way you measure. It's not the only way you measure a good team. But boy, it sure does highlight some issues though. And I do think like Washington, I would expect to get a combine invite, and I would expect him to eventually be added on to these lists. I don't know how you pass him up. I mean, the guy was so explosive out of the backfield.
I can't believe they kept Platt. I figured Platt would go to North Carolina.
Yeah, no, he's back.
Yeah, Bobby,
Mm-hmm.
Bobby was kind of the reason Platt came here.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah. But yeah, they just one player. Just one in the top
Neal,
150.
right? Julian Neal.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know, man. Next year, it's too early to say whether or not we how many you'll have in the 2027 draft. Way too early to say, but there's so much work to be done, and there's a lot of time, in between now and just even the spring. Well, spring camp will be here quick, but between now and the regular season, who knows how this shapes up? I kind of wonder if you look at this roster, if you take a look at these players, especially on the defensive side of the ball, do they surprise people? And do you get a couple of these guys that might make these lists and get drafted? Where's my depth chart? Where'd it go? Oh my God, I can't find it. But you're looking at like one of the names, Travis, talking about the portal. One of the names that everyone keeps talking about is Lakai Rowland out of Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
6'2", 196. Apparently, he's the big dog in on defense, or at least in the secondary.
We beat out some big dogs for him.
They did. They beat out Ohio State. Ohio State wanted him badly. Their fans were pissed that they lost out to Arkansas for Rowland. And the same with Jaheim Johnson at Tulane. So
yeah, dude, we didn't even mention him.
Yeah.
That's a huge one.
That's a big one. Jaheim Johnson was big time.
How did he not go to Auburn? That's the question, right?
So they are like, there's a couple of names here that's like maybe these guys will play good enough. They'll make these lists, and maybe they do get drafted. I don't know. It's too early to say. Right now, I don't think any of these guys would make the cut as far as, when you look at the draft list for this year. I mean, obviously they're back, right? If they're going to make the NFL, they would be in the they would be waiting for the combine invite, not playing college football still. But Lakai Rowland could be somebody that, we're talking about possibly playing on Sundays. Possibly. I'm not ready to say he's an NFL draft prospect yet for 2027, but he's someone to keep an eye on. Kamori House, a little undersized, but you never know. Guy's really good ball player. And then we can't forget, of course, about, of course, he's not a transfer player, but you can bring him back Quincy Rhodes, who was at one point a first-round draft prospect this year. So you might have some dogs on defense, man. I don't know. But I feel like we've been here before, and it didn't matter.
Megan said baseball will be great.
Well, yeah, baseball will be great until they disappoint everybody.
I'll say till the end of the year.
Yeah. Yeah. Baseball.
That was our first negative thing, Ralph.
I think he bolted. I think
he did. Yep. He's like, Hunter Yurachek, and then he left. That's Hunter Yurachek's burner, dude.
Oh, you think so? Oh, Ralph?
Yeah.
Ralph is Hunter Yurachek?
Think about it, dude.
Yeah.
That's Yurachek's burner.
Yeah, Braden Lee, the Maryland teammate. Yeah, he's supposed to be really good as well. That is correct. That's what MJ says. That's right.
Ooh, sports propaganda. That's interesting.
What do you say? Rumor has it that the only way Ron Roberts was coming to Arkansas was with assurances that he would have the biggest pot of money for defense.
He definitely had a big ass pot of money for it.
There's no doubt that they. Again, when you look at these names in the secondary and these guys that had legitimate, committable, signable offers, as it's been explained, as it's kind of been out there, I shouldn't say explained, but as it's been rumored, and rumors can only take you so far, But there are some names here that are like, okay, these are really good players, and you kind of do a little, you do a little digging on them. You watch a little bit of tape. You look at their PFF deep analytics and their grades, and some of these guys are really backed up. Like the numbers are backed up. And then, like on top of that, you've got a couple of decent players coming in. I mean, they talk a lot about like Colton Yarbrough, and they're pretty excited. The last staff seemed to be pretty impressed with Colton Yarbrough, Jalen Copeland, Brandon Ford in the secondary. Like there's some names here just from high school that are worth keeping an eye on, but they're so far down the road it doesn't matter, right?
I'm just glad there's a Ford on the team,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Give me a jersey.
Tyler Scott, 6'1", 199's nickel. He's most likely going to line up in the nickel. Got Christian Harrison. He's got a famous dad, right?
Yep. There's a couple. Who's the other one? There's a couple of kids who famous
legacy.
Dads. Yeah.
Oh, there is another player. Yeah, you're right. Anyways, Carter Stoutmeyer is a big one they got out of the portal. I know they're big on him too. He's a guy with a lot of snaps under his belt. He's a 5th-year senior, and So there's definitely pieces on that defense that you're glad that they picked Arkansas, and you feel like it's the step in the right direction for the secondary. I just hope that Ron Roberts. Listen, man, I don't know what it is about Arkansas on defense. We just don't put together, even when we seem like we have really good talent on defense, and that's not often, they still are just a shit show in one way or another. And I really hope that they could figure this thing out, because of all the defensive coordinators over the years, whether they've got big names like Chief or, kind of up-and-comer guys like Travis Williams, seems like nobody can figure this thing out on defense for Arkansas. And I hope Ron Roberts, who's an OG, kind of a blueprint guy, I really hope he could put this thing together and has the right key for the right lock. You know what I mean? To unlock this bad boy, because I'm just so tired of watching Arkansas defense be cheeks year in and year out, even with good players on defense. I mean, even when Petrino was here, when he had Willie Robson as defense coordinator, he had good pieces on those defenses, right? And even in the Bielema years, you had a couple of decent defensive years with Bielema, but they could never be consistent. And if you had one great year, you followed that up with a bad year. I'm so tired of that, man. I would be perfectly fine with the slightly above average offense with a great defense, because with great defense, it can open up a plethora of things for you, a great opportunity to win games.
I was going to ask you, would you rather all the money? Remember last year, everybody's like, "Oh, Petrino took all the money." Well, if we're on the flip side of that this year, which one's better, right?
What do you mean? Like,
would you rather all the money be spent on the defense or all the money be spent on the offense?
Well, I mean, I would rather the money be spent where it needs to be spent, where you're hurt the most, right? And it was clearly the defense. And they got enough pieces back on offense, not to mention the Memphis players. I like what they're doing here. Now, they did swing and miss on a number of guys, especially on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
And that's expected. You're not going to win them all. But I think they spent the money where they needed to for the most part. Did they go out and get those monster defense, those monster pass rushers, those guys that are like, oh my God, this is, you're going to get 12 hurries a game and 10 to 12 TFLs a game. I don't know if they're going to be that. They didn't go get the all-star defensive ends like what Ole Miss did when they pulled those players from A&M. They didn't do that, but I feel like they built a nice from the ground up kind of defense, They've definitely got depth on the defensive line. Finally, they finally have depth. I have questions about the middle linebacker spot. I don't know what's going to happen there. I'm not sure that I'm all in on Bradley Shaw. I know Shaw actually graded out really well. But then behind him, you got Wyatt Simmons, and you have Ben Bogle, one of the transfers. Simmons, who's been here since, he's a high school. He committed here out of high school, signed here. I've got questions about the linebacker spot still, but overall, it feels like they spent their money exactly where they needed to. And we'll just have to wait and see what the finished product looks like. But again, I hope Ron Roberts has that key, man, because I'm ready for Arkansas's defense to be better.
I feel like he's the Chip Kelly of defense, so we'll see. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Chip Kelly's real good, and he's an innovator, but he's old. So.
Yeah, and you wonder if the game passed him by, right? And so you hope that's not what's going on with Ron Roberts, even though he was at Florida last year. Hey, our last topic. This is a big one. Oh,
my
boy.
favorite one.
Cal versus Pope, round 2. We do not have a spread yet. Of course, you won't get the spread on basketball until like the morning of. But
the tables have turned since last year, too. My God.
Well, that could work out against you too, though, right? Because we know what happened.
That's what I'm worried about, man. We were talking about that off air. I'm just like,
yeah.
This could go one of two ways. We're either going to beat the shit out of them, or it's going to be real close.
Yeah.
Because we're going to be their absolute Super Bowl.
Right now, according to the matchup predictor, Arkansas's favorite at 61%. I can tell you before SEC play, I want to say Kentucky was favored. I want to say it was like 52% in favor of Kentucky. And that number has obviously shrunk a lot. It's way in Arkansas's favor, 61%. These matchup, it kind of pisses me off. Like the amount of disrespect they give Arkansas, especially at home. What the hell are you thinking? Cal's been one of the best home coaches in basketball. Like, what are you talking about? Of course, and it's Bud Walton Arena.
Right.
And, listen, Arkansas already had the best from head to toe roster, I think, in the SEC. Most developed in terms of like what they need and compared to these other teams from your point guard all the way down to your 5-piece. Like they felt like they're in pretty good shape. Now, don't get me wrong. Pringle and Ewan in Brazil have their issues, but they can alter shots, and we saw them do that against Oklahoma. They held Oklahoma to a really bad layup percentage, and the reason why is because Arkansas' size. So that's what I mean. They have all the pieces. They have the talent. Acuff might be the best point guard in college basketball, and again, like we mentioned earlier, I think he is probably going to go down as Cal's best point guard that he's ever coached. I really think that's what you're in for the rest of the year. Not saying you won't have a down game or two. Everybody does. He just hasn't had one yet. Not one that it's really noticeable. But yeah, Kentucky, Travis, they're going to be down some players. They're still waiting on. Do you want to say it?
Quaintance.
Jaden Quaintance, Jalen Lowe, and Cam Williams. Lowe is having season-ending shoulder surgery. Williams just underwent a foot surgery and could return later in the year if all goes according to plan. And so there's no timetable. So we don't know what's going on with Quaintance.
I think Quaintance got a bad case of the TPs.
The TPs?
Yeah, the transfer portal.
Oh.
Yeah. He'll save himself for next year.
Would you take him?
Hell no. Absolutely not.
I mean, when he plays, he really
had a chance to come here last year, and apparently we couldn't afford him.
Yeah.
So I think Cal changed his mind on him because we could afford him.
Yeah, and, that's true.
And it's kind of proved. Like, look, he went to Louisville and he did some good stuff. Got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and then went back to Kentucky, and then he's hurt again. The kid's a liability. I feel like he's a very expensive liability. He's like a Michelin tire. You know what I'm saying? He's real expensive liability.
Hey, but Michelins are the best tires on the road, sir.
Till they run over a spike.
Oh, come on. I worked in the tire business for a decade. Michelin's hands down the best tire on the road.
Michelin's are fire. I got Michelin's.
They are expensive as hell.
I'm just saying they're expensive, but they can be damaged.
Well, any tire can be damaged.
Well, any player can be damaged, and Quentin is damaged.
So every
damn year he runs over a spike strip.
Yeah, it's true. He played at Arizona State in 24 and 25 and averaged.
Was it Arizona State? I thought it was Louisville.
Well, he played at Arizona State. I can't remember if he signed at Louisville.
Tripping. That's my bad.
Maybe he signed at Louisville. I can't remember. He's got a weird.
You're right. I think it was Arizona State.
I know he played at Arizona State. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and was a pretty good player, shot 53% from the floor, only averaged 9 points a game. He's only played in 4 games this year. And, so he's definitely, he averaged 5 boards a game with Arizona State. With Kentucky, in the little bit of time that he's played, he's averaging 5 boards and a block a game. So they're still waiting on him to even show up. And obviously he's a big part of what they're trying to work there. If he were available, though, and I know Cal wouldn't do it, but considering how Arkansas has swung and missed on these kids, and Quentin's wanted to come to Arkansas. You're telling me you would turn that down?
Man, if he's the diva that I think he is, and this is me just pure speculation between the things that I've heard about family members and things like that. Jaden
Maintenance.
Exactly. But the consistent injuries, right? Are they injuries or dude, if he's injured as much as it says he is, he's a liability. If he's being a pain in the ass and going, I'm just going to transfer next year, still a liability.
Yeah.
I just don't know if it would be worth what they're really, really wanting.
Well, and like I said, Cal wouldn't entertain it anyways. Cal's already said he's not gonna. I
think he's kind of been I think he's kind of washed his hands with him already.
Yeah.
The thing about Kentucky this year, man, is it shows you that money can't buy it. Just money can't buy a team. You're not going to buy a national championship. You got to be able to coach the damn guys. You got to make them all get along. Muss had this problem a lot of times. He'd get really good players in, and they just wouldn't work for a while. Cal Muss on crack because he can get really, really good players, and he's just got to make them all gel together.
Yeah, that's true. When looking at this matchup, going to the actual game itself, Kentucky's a team that can play up tempo. They're actually, if you look at fast break points, Arkansas ranks number 2 in the country, just behind Georgia. And Georgia's offense, I mean, they're high flying, man. They can do it all.
Dude.
They are. Kentucky. Oh, where is Kentucky? Kentucky was on here, and I can't see him. Yeah, Kentucky's
one in the Ken Palm, dude.
They're ninth. Kentucky is ninth in fast break points. Arkansas averages about 21 points fast break. Kentucky averages about right at 18. So this could be a quick, high tempo game, and both these teams want to play sped up. Don't know what to expect. Like Kentucky, I think what they're expecting is to walk into Bud Walton and get their asses kicked. I
hope they are, because I feel like that's what's going to happen. Like my soul is like, we're going to kill them. Mm-hmm. Right. But my brain is like, they're going to play us close. This game means more to them than it's going to mean to us. I hope that doesn't hurt us, but hell, I mean, maybe Cal's like, Cal's always real supportive of everything in the public.
Yeah.
But I hope he's like, I think Mark Polk's the guy for the job. And then he goes to the locker room. He goes, we're going to effing kill them. Like, we got to take their souls out of their bodies. These sons of bitches can't beat us. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I hope he is. And I feel like he probably is.
The weird thing about Kentucky is they've actually played up at times, even with all these injuries too. Like, for them, it really is. It just depends on what team shows up.
Yeah.
They are 5-3, and I get that, like, not all their wins are great in the SEC, but they did go on the road and beat Tennessee, who was 24th at the time. Now, Tennessee is not the Tennessee team I thought they would be. They're 3-3. They are not playing a high level of ball, so I don't know how much credit I want to give them. But then they beat Texas 85-80. They beat Ole Miss 72-63, and then they go to Vanderbilt and they get absolutely destroyed. I watched
awesome. I watched the whole game.
The second half. I was.
You know what I will say about this game? I'm glad it's at Bud Walton, because with this game with this team.
Yeah,
I'm glad it's at Bud Walton.
Yeah,
because last year I was like worried going into Kentucky, and then we handled them in their own house, which was like great meme material for a year.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't need that to happen to us, or I'm gonna be real sad for a year.
Yeah, I mean, I'm so we're gonna wrap it up here. We got like a couple minutes. I think Arkansas. I think both coaches. Pope definitely knows how big of a game this is, and we have seen. Yeah, we have seen Kentucky play pretty good ball despite some of the injuries. It just depends on what Kentucky team shows up, but Arkansas just plays so much. They just look so much further ahead than Kentucky. Even on some of their not so great nights at home. right? Like even at home when they're not so great nights, they have a couple of games they damn near lost at home against inferior opponents, and they still look better at times than in those games that Kentucky does. Like if you watch some of the mistakes that they make, and I know a lot of that's because they got guys playing minutes that they weren't expecting to have at this point in the year, and there is a lot of that, but it just, I don't know, man. Arkansas is just a well-oiled machine, especially at home. On the road, like you mentioned, they're so bad on the road. They're not a good team on the road. Oklahoma's not good, guys. They're 1-7 in conference play. They are the worst team in the SEC. They might be as bad or worse than LSU. They're definitely worse than like Ole Miss, South Carolina, or Mississippi State, and you barely pulled that game out. So Arkansas has some issues on the road. I really hope that doesn't trickle into, even in neutral site games like the SEC tournament, which I don't really care about that. But then, of course, the tournament, the NCAA tournament. But they have to figure this thing out. But you cannot lose this game to Kentucky. It's another quad one game. So you have another opportunity to quad one win. And it also, Travis, what it could do for Arkansas, again, if you can handle this game, you're going on one hell of a win streak here, I think. Like we kind of hinted at earlier, Vanderbilt, LSU, Oklahoma, Kentucky would be 4 straight wins. At Mississippi State, you should win that game. I know Mississippi State's, I think, a little bit better than Oklahoma. You should win that game at Mississippi State, okay? So that's 5. At LSU, that's 6. And then Auburn in Bud Walton Arena.
Which we owe them an ass whooping.
We do, and we've done pretty well even against good Auburn teams at home. So you got a shot here for a 7-game win streak, and enough to where like it doesn't put a whole lot of panic into the bottom part of your schedule where you're panicking to get wins. Now you can't afford to lose some of these. Like you can't lose to LSU, and you sure as shit better not lose to Kentucky at home. But you're in a situation here where you could really piece together a nice way to end the season where you're not playing panicked, but instead you're playing for better seeding. So that's what's on the line here. What do you think happens? What do you think Arkansas just runs them out off the floor, out of the building?
I think being that they just announced a wideout, according to the other Mike.
Yeah, they did.
That's gonna put some heat on this game for us, right? That's gonna make the crowd crazier. It's on a Saturday, even better. Mm-hmm. It's at Bud Walton, way better.
Yeah,
way better. With this team, I think we're gonna beat their ass. I'm gonna go ahead and put that out there. I think we'll beat Kentucky by like 15.
And it's a 5:30 tip-off, by the way.
Yeah, which is nice.
I mean,
hopefully they give out $2 beers.
Could you imagine? Oh my God.
Dude, could you imagine? Yeah, trashed Arkansas fans at 5:30. Holy, they're gonna show up drunk first off.
No, Norman, Oklahoma has nothing on Fayetteville, Arkansas.
Nothing. Dude. And that arena's gonna be because the fans we want to beat Kentucky way more probably than this team does.
Mm-hmm.
I'm be honest. They're gonna feed off that energy. This team don't care. They're gonna whoop everybody's ass who's in front of them. That's their objective. Yeah. We, like, as fans, have like a problem with them. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, the fans are going to be the loudest people in the building because there's 30,000 of us.
Yeah. How many?
I think how many people fit in Bud Walton?
It's 19,000. It's right at like
19,000. So I was going. I know it's not 80 because that's football, and I'm going probably 30. Anyway, 19,000. Close enough. I was like 11,000 over. No problem.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna come in hot, man. I think the crowd's gonna be crazy. I think we're gonna kick their ass.
I think so too. I think they're gonna run Kentucky off the floor. Mm-hmm. I think so too. I think you're right. I think they're gonna put belt to ass. It might be a little tight in the beginning because Arkansas gets off to these shitty slow starts all the time. These slow starts are just.
I want us to be the beginning of the end of the Mark Pope retirement tour.
He could be their John Palfrey, man. He really could. Like, really promising start to his career last year. Remember, Palfrey beat Indiana in the first round of the NCAA tournament. And if I remember right, Indiana was favored in that game. I can't remember the seeding. But wasn't supposed to do that, and he did it. And then, of course, from there it was like just a downhill. It was just not good. And then
I want that for them, dude. They deserve that.
Oh, yeah,
I
they
want
deserve
that for Kentucky so bad.
Kentucky needs to lose
so much shit they talk. They're like, we're so glad to get rid of Coach Cal.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here like, we are so blessed to have this guy.
Yeah.
You guys are stupid.
Yeah. You thought the grass was greener, and it turns out that it wasn't. That's exactly right.
And I think Cal's feeling it too, man. I mean, he's in several press conferences. He's been like, fans, hell yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he knows, like, we mean it, dude.
Yeah.
We just want somebody who's worth it in here, and then we're going to go crazy.
Oh, Kyle said it best. Ty, they miss Cal. They absolutely do.
Absolutely.
All right. We do appreciate those of you who made it in here tonight. I apologize for everyone that's watching this after the fact. I don't know. Notifications are not being sent out. I don't know what's going on. I can already tell I've gotten a couple DMs about that. But I do appreciate those of you who made it in. We'll be back for the post game. I'll be back for the post game on Saturday. So yeah, just make sure you have the subscribe button clicked and the notification bell clicked as well. And we'll see you on Saturday. Again, that's a tip off at 5:30. And big shout out to Direct Service Overhead, the Garage Door Company. Same day services, quality parts, affordable outcomes, better than the best results. 501-244-3667. They're in Central Arkansas. They do the best work. I would know. Travis Ford and the boys put my garage door up, and it is awesome. Keeps that cold air out, and it's a pretty awesome door too. I'll just glaze the work that you did here, Travis. It was great.
It is a pretty sweet door.
It's a pretty sweet door, man. It really is. You wouldn't believe I do get compliments because the mailbox, the neighborhood mailbox is right in front of my house. I've had like 3 neighbors ask about that door. And I was like, yeah, man.
You probably have the coolest door in your whole neighborhood.
Well, yeah, it's us. It's a great door. The neighborhood sucks. Anyways,
hey, Kentucky and Georgia about to go to overtime. Just real quick, guys. 3.6 seconds, 74-74. I hope Tennessee beats them because I picked them in Discord.
Oh, yeah. I got free XP because not enough people picked on that prediction. Congratulations.
Seriously, damn.
Yeah, no one's filling out the predictions, so I don't know, man. I'm just going to keep eating up.
Get in Discord, like the video. Let's go.
There you go. Shout out to Patreon supporters as well. And again, thank you for those of you who made it and stuck around. We'll see you on Saturday after the game for the post game. All right. You guys be good.
Feel